80% of people who set New Year's resolution goals to start the year are going to completely drop off by the second week of February. That means their goals and aspirations of losing weight, eating better, or working out are completely done within 6 weeks. So today I want to help you be part of the minority that are actually going to reach their goals in 2026, because I am going to break down the easiest and laziest way that you can reach your fitness goals this year. Now I'm going to be honest, a lot of you will actually click away from this video and you'll think to yourself, that was way too easy. It's never going to work for me. You'll probably ignore my advice. You'll try a couple fad diets and fall off again. Don't worry, 2027 will be your year. But I know a lot of you will grit your teeth and bear down and watch this entire video. You'll put this advice into action. You'll be laughing by the end of the year when you're 15 to 20 pounds down without really putting all that much effort in. Because the reality is most people don't have time to fit 2-hour workouts in every day. People don't have 5 days a week to go to the gym. And there's only so much chicken, rice, and broccoli a sane person can eat at any given time. Now, before we start, I want you to drop your main goal in the comments down below, because if I have any resources, I want to send them to you for free. And if you want to just skip to the good part, you can go down to the description of this video and grab my goal worksheet, which will help you build out an unbeatable goal for 2026. But let's get this party started. Now I'm going to be honest, most of your goals need to have more structure to them. They just kind of need to be smarter. So when you're building out your main goal, here are a few points that I want you to keep in mind. 1, it needs to be specific. I don't want you coming in with any of that I want to get in shape bullshit. If you want to lose weight, say you want to lose weight. But how much weight do you want to lose? You want to increase your bench press? Well, how much do you want to increase your bench press by? You want to run? Are you looking to run a 5K or a marathon? Being specific matters when it comes to building out our action plan, so be as specific as possible. Secondly, it needs to be measurable. Whether it's by doing weigh-ins, progression pictures, inch measurements, or testing days during your workouts. You need to be able to see if you're on track to reach your goal. Third of all, I need you to be honest and look at your goal and think to yourself, is this actually attainable for me? I'm all for shooting for the stars, but I also don't want you to feel defeated if you don't reach your goal. Because let's be honest, if you've put on weight every single year since high school, the chances of you losing 50 pounds this year alone are pretty slim. So be honest with yourself, is that a realistic number that you can hit? The fourth point, it needs to actually be relevant to your life. I want you to dig a little deeper than just, I want to lose weight. I want to know why you want to lose weight. What's going to change in your life if you see that scale drop? Is it going to help you avoid knee pain when you're playing basketball? Is it going to help you keep up with your kids? Does it just give you more confidence to ask a girl out? Or do you love the way that your wife looks at you with those bedroom eyes every time you take your shirt off? You dirty dog. Whatever your reason for change, you need to keep that in mind when you're creating your goal. Lastly, your goal needs to be time-based. So be generous with your time frame, but give yourself a hard deadline to get this done. You need that urgency. Now, when you combine all of these together, your main goal might sound something like this. I want to lose 15 pounds by the end of 2026 so I can feel confident when I take off my shirt on the beach in Mexico next January. Now that, my friends, is a fucking goal. And I want to hear yours. So again, drop your goal in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Now that you have a main goal in mind, let's do the thing that everybody else skips. Creating a time frame and breaking your goal down into bite-sized chunks. For example, if I want to lose 15 pounds by the end of the year, I would just have to lose a little over a pound every single month. And if you're thinking to yourself, damn, that sounds way too easy, that's kind of the point. And if it was so easy, why do people keep putting on weight when they start the year wanting to lose weight? Now, a little over a pound a month doesn't sound too hard. The hardest part is going to be staying on track. And that's where creating a reward system for yourself is going to be vital. Now, you can do this every month, but I'd recommend breaking it down into quarterly goals. So again, if my goal was to lose 15 pounds, let's say I need to lose 4 pounds a quarter. So I check by the end of March, I'm down 4 pounds. I'm going to go out and buy myself some new running shoes. 8 pounds down by June, I'm going to go golf at that course I've always been wanting to go to. I'm a terrible golfer, by the way. Then you're 12 pounds down by September. Go away for a weekend trip. Go to the mountains and enjoy yourself. You want to stop trying to win the year in a 30-day span. Set up these little incentives, kind of bribe yourself along the way. What our parents used to do with chores. Now, I will state, with these rewards, you want to try to avoid rewarding yourself with food. Because let's face it, it's not only counterintuitive, but it's the reward system that we use a lot of times in life. You get a promotion, you go for a fancy dinner. It's a birthday, fancy dinner. It's an anniversary, dinner. So you want to do something for yourself that you normally wouldn't do. Maybe it's buying that jersey you always wanted. Maybe it's going to the hockey game. Who knows? Pick what you want. So now we have our main goal ready. We have the timeline in place. Now it's time to come up with action plans that you can take on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis to actually see the results. As a quick aside about these action plans, I love looking at the average weekly number rather than actually the day-to-day numbers. Not every day is going to be the same. Some days are going to be a little bit tougher, and change doesn't happen daily. Give yourself some grace to get your numbers back up on other days if you happen to lag behind. For these action plans, start with the basics. Start with small steps that are going to be relatively easy for you to implement, and then build off them. Most people come into January trying to do 6 different things all at the same time. It can be incredibly hard and a frustrating process. You get overwhelmed and you end up quitting in February. So if we're looking at weight loss, the actions that we might want to look at are things like our step count, our alcohol intake, how long we're sleeping every night, our water intake, our protein intake, how many fruits or vegetables that we're eating on a day-to-day basis. That's 7 different things right there for you to focus on. And notice how I didn't even mention going to the gym or tracking your calories. Now, if you are looking to start at the gym, I do have a free 6-week program down in the description of this video, so make sure you grab that on the way out. Now, this is where you're gonna think I'm a little crazy, and this is where the process looks super simple. Because for month 1, you're just gonna pick one action to focus on. Yeah, just one. So I'm going to use steps for the example here. So to start, you just want to take a look at where you're at currently. So let's say you're averaging about 4,000 steps a day. Now from there, we want to set a target that's going to take a little bit of work, but still be fairly easy to hit. Give yourself the small wins. So maybe your goal is to increase your steps by 40% by the end of the month. So quick math that I did on a calculator says that'd be about an extra 1,600 steps per day, which means on a weekly basis, I only need to increase my steps by an average of 400 steps per day. Do you see how easy that can be? That could be a walk after dinner. That could be a walk at lunch. That could be parking a little bit further away from the grocery store. Hell, that could just be going for a bigger, longer walk on the weekend. We are looking at averages after all. Now I know what you're thinking, Rich, that's not going to impact me at all. Well, I want you to think about it this way. That extra 1,600 steps a day is going to be almost 600,000 more steps in a year. These little fucking changes make huge differences. You need to stop looking at the process like it needs to be hard, that it needs to be this grind. You can make this shit as easy as possible for yourself. I would rather you look forward to adding more into your routine than feel burnt out, exhausted, and ready to quit. It's not about doing all or nothing. It's about creating habits so we can do all or something. So yeah, after that first month of only focusing just on your step count, you're gonna check in with that goal you wrote down. Are you down the pound? If you are, keep doing what you're doing and double down on what's actually working. If you can see results with minimal change, then keep doing that, because that's pretty fucking awesome. But if you're not seeing the progress that you'd like to, or you hit a plateau, start working on another one of those habits on top of what you're currently doing. So now that you've gotten more steps in, now it's time to focus on getting more water in. So now we have our main goal. We have a timeline in place built out with rewards along the way. We know exactly what habits we need to focus on for the next 6 to 12 months. What's next? The last step is the most important step of all. You have to take action. It is so easy to write goals down. It's much harder to actually execute. I am amazing at making to-do lists, but I'm not always the best at getting them finished. You need to take consistent action. This could be by building a support system, by going for walks with a family member. Maybe you and a friend start going to the gym together. Or maybe you just hire a personal trainer, somebody to hold you accountable and keep you moving forward. Don't worry about next week. Don't worry about next month. Don't worry about the end of the year. Just focus on winning today. If you fall off for a day, shrug it off and start that new winning streak. Because if you build these small, easy habits and stack those wins along the way, you build a belief in yourself that you can follow through. You change the way that you look at yourself. So here's exactly what your next year could look like. Month 1 and 2, you focus on increasing your steps, burning more calories. Month 3 and 4, you're still doing your steps, but now you're drinking more water. You're staying hydrated more and you're less hungry all the time. Month 5, you're still doing your steps, you're still drinking your water, but now you're eating more vegetables and you're staying more full. Month 6, you're still doing your steps, getting your water and eating your vegetables, but now you're eating more fruit. So again, you're filling yourself up and you're making it less likely that you're gonna go for the chips or ice cream after dinner. Month 7 and 8, you're doing all of that, but now you're focusing on your sleep. You're sleeping longer, you're establishing a bedtime routine. This is gonna help de-stress your body, reduce hunger cravings, and helps you just make better choices. Now in month 9 and 10, you start to reduce your alcohol intake. You cut your beers from having a 12-pack every week to having 2 or 3 on the weekend. And finally, over the last couple months of the year, you start to really dial in on the nutrition and hit your protein goals. This way, again, you're feeling more full, you're preserving or building more muscle tissue, and helping with a number of different processes within your body. So in 12 months, you can stack 7 different habits just like that. Now be honest, does that sound easy to you? Do you think that you would burn out if you were to follow that kind of schedule? Do you think you would start getting the itch to wanting to do more, like maybe go to the gym once a week? That's why this method works so goddamn well. And that's why it's gonna be the absolute laziest way that you can reach your fitness goals in 2026. So if you haven't already, grab that goal worksheet down in the description of this video. Start building those goals today and take action immediately. And don't forget to comment your goal down below, because if I can help, I will any way possible. But if you're struggling to build a strategy that actually works for you, check out my online coaching program in the description as well, or just grab all the free resources that I have available for you too. Both work. Now don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and YouTube thinks that this video is gonna be the best one for you. So make sure you click that, watch it all the way through, because let's face it, YouTube is smarter than me in terms of recommending videos for you.